Dalton was just about to leave for the evening when Veronica turned to him. Dalton. Yes, what is it, Veronica? Would you like to spend the night here? Sure, that would be wonderful. Where can I sleep? With me. Seriously? Sure. It's just around the corner at the end of the hallway. Mike and Veronica come to the end of the hallway where Veronica's bedroom is. This is a beautiful bedroom, Veronica. I notice you have a telescope. Can I have a look? Sure, take a look through it. Mike looks through the telescope and sees a beautiful array of planets and constellations on that warm evening in early June. Do you see that planet to the west of Orion? I can see it. Which planet is it? That's planet John Q. It is? How do you know? I'm sure that planet John Q, though many light years away, emits a brilliant light, enabling it to be seen by the naked human eye here on Earth. When this occurs, if you are staring right at the planet, you receive alien messages transmitted to your mind through a kind of transom that connects material reality to non-material reality in the field of thought forms. Are they in the form of words? No, it's pure thought. You receive thoughts from aliens on planet Yandaku in a kind of esoteric field. Where your thoughts can be sent to the aliens. That's fascinating. Is there any alien in particular that you were getting to know? There is a male alien named Kando and a female alien named Isidorix I've become acquainted with. They're in a lover's dispute. Turn around and looking back at you, Veronica. Veronica turns around and sees Kando and Isidorix in back of her. Back of them. They've apparently teleported to Earth and are standing there in Veronica's bedroom. Greetings, Earthlings. Aye. Wow. How did you get here so quickly? We teleported from planet Janicu. Nice bedroom. Thanks, Kando. Would you aliens like a drink or something? No, we have to get going. Kando and Isidorix teleported back to planet Janicu. Wow. So now you met Kando and Isidorix. Yeah, that was very interesting. You should be with me, Veronica. We'll talk about it. Dalton and Veronica had a wonderful evening. Dalton sees Veronica in the parking lot after school. They start talking to each other. Meanwhile, in the Dream Love Theater, Dalton and Veronica from Heather's 2 are talking to each other in the realm where parallel narrative is taking place. Do you want to get some popcorn? Sure. Veronica and Dalton come back to the Dream Love, to their realm from come back to their realm from the realm where parallel narrative takes place to go to the concession stand for popcorn. They start eating their popcorn and having a conversation. This is fascinating. We are watching our younger selves in a parallel narrative. to Heather's. It's amazing to see the scenes that took place that were not included in the movie. Yet people who are fans of Heather should see parallel narrative to get the whole story. The real story of Heather's is really the original movie, along with the parallel narrative. Dalton and Veronica went back into the theater to watch the rest of the parallel narrative. They come out of the Dreamland Theater in a beautiful moonlit evening and were greeted by Candace and Isidorix. It's nice to see you. Hi. It's nice to see you, Candace and Isidorix. Are you getting along? Our romance is blossoming. Can we come to your lake house? That's not very polite, Candace. You don't just invite yourself to my lake house. Why not? Because it's not proper etiquette. You're supposed to wait for the person to invite you. If they do invite you, then you graciously accept their invitation. We're coming to your lake house. What? You are not coming to my lake house. You have not been invited. We are coming to your lake house. Stay out of it, Isidorix. You and Candace are not coming to my lake house. Either Isidorix and I come to your lake house, or you are going to be teleported to planet Jandaku. You can't teleport us to planet Jandaku, Candace. Watch me. Candace and Isidorix got on their spaceship and traveled back to planet Jandaku. You don't really think Candace can teleport us back to planet Jandaku, do you? Let's hope not. I don't want to go live with a bunch of aliens. Let's go back to your lake house. Sure. Della and Veronica went back to Veronica's lake house. They had a wonderful evening. They got up the next morning and went for a walk along Lake Serenity. It was a breezy and warm morning in late June, and there was a brightness to the day that lent itself to an internal optimism. This place is beautiful, Veronica. I would really love to see you purchase your lake house. Believe me, I want to. I can't afford it. If I moved in with you, you could afford it. That'd be nice. You have to be faithful to me if you want me to keep me. I have been faithful to you, Veronica. I've had lustful thoughts about other women, but I didn't actually cheat on you. Commitment is predicated on total devotion to your lover in thoughts and actions. Sexual activity is an empty physical experience when it is not connected to true love. I agree wholeheartedly, Veronica. I know I joked about it in the past, but I believe in commitment and sex as a beautiful expression of the consummation of love. That's the right thing to say. Well, think of the wonderful new memories we could form if I was to move in with you. A house is only an object constructed out of wood and other materials until it is illuminated by the souls of lovers so deeply in love that their love is an essence of beauty that brings transcendence to the hearts and minds of human beings and tranquility to places. Do you want to go back to your lake house for lunch? Sure. Dalton and Veronica went back to the lake house to find JD leaning against his black Corvette with his arms crossed and a jealous look on his face. Good morning, you lovers. Fancy seeing you here. Fancy seeing us here? What the fuck are you doing here, JD? Nobody invited you to Veronica's lake house. I don't need an invitation. You see, my dad's construction company built this beautiful house. Veronica's been defaulting on rental payments. Unless she pays the rent, she's out of here. The rent is in the mail. Now, get the fuck out of here. I call the police. Why did you leave me for this science nerd, Veronica? He's not a nerd. He's a cool poop. He's a cool person who's a brilliant scientist. Whatever, Veronica. With that, JD looking extremely sad and dejected, cruises off back home in his Corvette. Let's have some lunch. Sure. Dalton and Veronica talked into the afternoon and had a wonderful evening. Dalton and Veronica got up the next morning and walked to Lake Serenity. It was a cloudy, unseasonably cool morning for midsummer with an almost autumnal chill in the air. That JD has really turned out to be a bastard, hasn't he? Yeah, the situation is not good. I have a beautiful lake house that I can only keep if I make rental payments to that son of a bitch. Maybe you should look into another lake house or on some other lake. I don't like the idea of you here. That when JD, his dad's construction company, is involved. I agree with that. I don't like dealing with JD and his dad's construction company as a renter of this house, especially considering the fact that JD is bitter about me living in. It's like he has this pathetic jealousy whenever he sees me with you. What is it that keeps you here despite such unnerving circumstances? It's the house itself. I feel great in this house. This house seems to communicate with me on a subliminal level, giving me a sense of eternal pleasure and security as it illuminates my soul with the knowledge of the truth of limitless beauty as I wander through labyrinthine realms of indescribable transcendence. Really? You feel all that inside of this house? I was just looking outside of the window the other day and saw a bum eating scraps of food out of your garbage can. This place gives me a feeling of being eternally disgusted by the utter depravity of a humanity that, despite having evolved socially, economically, technologically, and intellectually, still is in a disordered state. Now, the guy who eats my garbage? He's a friend of mine. He's a friend of yours. The guy who eats scraps of food out of your garbage? Yes, he is. First of all, why would you befriend a bum who eats your garbage? He's not a bum. Come again, he's not a bum? He most certainly is not a bum. I always think, I always thought that if you ate garbage out of garbage cans, that would seem to imply that you were a bum. Here's the difference. He eats my garbage because he likes it. He's actually a multimillionaire with a strange fascination with garbage. He's a part of a secret society of garbage eating millionaires, unbeknownst to most people except for me and now you. We're on a quest to find a perfect meal that they harvested from people's garbage. They compare results with each other and hold discussions about the nuances and subtleties of the garbage that they have eaten. As a matter of fact, there's a cable television station that is only available to them where they have a weekly show about the different homes they ate garbage at. They have episodes and have discussions about trash cuisine in a similar way to the show Check Please. That's really bizarre. How about it? What's the guy's name who eats your garbage? I don't know. I was just kidding. I know that you. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. Your name is Jaja, or no? Your name is no. You're okay. First of all, your name is Yokubu. It must be another language. Yokubo. Okay. And what you said in your message was Jaja or something, whatever the hell. Okay. So I hope. So I'm glad you're enjoying the stuff. Okay. Yes, I did, Veronica. Um, I think you should move. Okay, so that was a bizarre, but that you happen to see, assuming that is the exception and not the rule. Oh, you speak Spanish and you're a beginner in English. Okay. Well, I'm doing a sequel to Heather's. Okay, it's Heather's 2. Okay. Let me see if I can speak any of this in Spanish. Probably not. I've got like 2 years of high school Spanish, but okay. I know it was a beautiful place. When I walk around the lake, when I walk along the lake with you, my soul is transported to a plane of existence whereupon I feel the numinous glow of my self awareness in a place of otherworldly pleasures that can only be felt by the union of souls of lovers who have found each other on this fleeting temporal plane of existence. Uh, oh, thanks. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, thanks. Um, um, in a society of people, many of whom inhabit mortal physical forms, animated by souls that are dead to the sublime and transcendent feelings of an alive soul. I feel that way when I'm with you too. These pleasures that I feel are not strictly physical pleasures, devoid of or derived from a mortal physical form, but the transcendent pleasures of a soul that has found its soulmate and is enlightened by the awareness of the existence of higher levels of reality beyond this illusory plane of existence. Yeah, I agree. Awesome. Would you like to take a walk to the lake? Sure, that'd be wonderful. Let's go. Veronica and take a walk along Lake Serenity. They went back. Veronica, Dalton and Veronica took a walk along Lake Serenity. They went back to Veronica's lake house and proceeded to have a wonderful evening. Dalton and Veronica got up the next morning and took a walk to Lake Serenity. What a beautiful afternoon, isn't it? It is. The warm summer breeze massages my skin as I look upon the placid waters of Lake Serenity, finding meaning and significance in nature and love and destiny in the cosmos. Would you like to take a walk around town? Sure. Dalton and Veronica drove into town. Look, Dalton, they were showing the original Heathers as a matinee at the Dreamlove Theater. Look, it's an enhanced version of the movie. It's titled Heathers, seen by the eyes of love. They walk up to the ticket booth to purchase their tickets. They find Mike Meyer at the ticket booth. That's correct. The movie is titled Heathers, Seen by the Eyes of Love, because it is a film containing not only the movie, but the movie being watched by me at home. On the movie screen, you see the movie itself and me, Mike Meyer, at home watching the movie on a rented video on my television. You see the expressions on my face that convey the emotions that I felt during each scene of the movie. When you look into my eyes during a particular scene, my emotions and my notions relating to that scene can be gleaned by observation. The, ex- the exact moment that I fell in love with Winona Ryder. Watching Heathers on video at home can be seen in my eyes. So, you're not only seeing the movie, but you're watching me watching the movie and getting a sense of the emotions that the movie inspired in me and how my love for Winona Ryder was brought to life by the movie. Give us 2 tickets for it. Sure. Dudley and Veronica are sitting in the movie theater in a love embrace, watching Heathers, seen by the eyes of love. They can clearly see the moment that Mike Meyer fell in love with Winona Ryder by the look on his face as he's watching the movie. It seems to be such a transcendent moment for him that he has has a new perspective on life and the sublime beauty of merely being alive as a human being is given the profound meaning and significance that is bestowed upon immortal human beings. They walk out of the movie theater in a beautiful moonlit evening. All of a sudden, as I am writing Heathers 2 at home in Parkridge, Illinois, I look out of the window and see Winona Ryder in a baby blue Porsche in front of my townhouse. She is looking at me through the window and starts honking. I run out of the townhouse to greet her. Winona? Is that you, Winona Ryder? It sure is, Winona Ryder in the flesh. This is amazing. I was just inside my townhouse writing a scene for Heathers 2 when I saw you outside in your car. By the way, that's exactly the car from my script for Heathers 2. That's the baby blue Porsche. With brown leather interior, exactly as I imagined it for my story. I know, I've been driving it around in Heathers 2. You've been driving it around in Heathers 2? Yeah. Your writing's so powerful that I've been projected into the realm where Heathers 2 exists. There I met the character that I put in the archetypal existence, Veronica Sawyer. I'm driving her car. I drove it out of that realm into the realm and into reality. Do you feel like going for a ride? Sure, but this is Veronica Sawyer's car. If she finds out I have it, she'll be angry. Well, why don't you just drive it for a while and then bring it back? Sure, that would be. Sure. Do you want to drive to Petaluma, California? Um, the town where I grew up? Sure, let's go. Mike gets into the car and they go on to Route 66 to California. I love this car. The brown leather seating is so comfortable, and the sound system in the car is so good. I'm so excited to see your town where you grew up, Winona. Thanks. I've been wandering around the realm where Heathers 2 takes place. I like what you've been writing. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next. Yeah, I've been writing the script for years. It's really a continuing saga of the film. I enjoy writing it so much, I don't want to bring it to a conclusion. If we make the film, we can edit out a lot of it, keeping in the best parts and working them into a narrative. The parts that don't make it to the film can still exist as an extension to the movie. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's so nice to be cruising along Route 66 with you. I can't wait to show you the town where I grew up. I can't wait to see it. They continue to drive along Route 66, seeing many sights in Midwest in mid-America, such as small towns and farms. They finally get to California. Wait a minute. Okay, small towns and farms. They finally get to California. They take a long drive to Northern California, to Petaluma. And they're driving through Petaluma. This is such a charming town. The people look so pleasant. There are such nice looking stores and houses here. It was a great town to grow up in. I did have some problems with some other students at high school, so I was homeschooled. I went on to the American Conservatory Theater, known as ACT or ACT, where I acquired a love for acting and met people of my kind who also are very artistic and loved acting. I've read all that and much more. It infuriates me to hear that you were bullied at Petaluma High School. You are a beautiful goddess. I've gotten over it. Let's not talk about that now. I want to help you get them back. I want to help you get back at them. Don't worry about it for now. All of a sudden, they see Veronica Sawyer from Heather's 2 um, walking along a sidewalk in Petaluma. Look, it's Veronica Sawyer from Heather's 2. I see her. Veronica Sawyer walks up to the car. Oh, there you are. I was wondering where my car was. I'm sorry, Veronica. I just wanted to borrow it to show Mike the town I grew up in. Give it back, Winona. Could I have it for a few more days, Veronica? Mike and I are having so much fun with it. No, Winona, give it back. I want my car back. Please. I want it for a few more days. Give it back. With that, Winona ignores Veronica and drives off at a frantic pace with Mike out of town and heads for Los Angeles. We better get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Veronica Sawyer hails a cab and asks a crazy cab driver to chase after Mike and Winona, which he does. This is fucking wild. We are being chased by Veronica Sawyer. Mike Meyer and Winona Ryder are being chased in Veronica Sawyer's car from the realm where Heather's 2 takes place here in reality by Veronica Sawyer in a taxi. It sure is. Can you write Veronica Sawyer back into the realm where Heather's 2 takes place? Yeah, but it isn't. Yeah, but isn't that kind of fun being chased by her? Yeah. Let's let it go on for a while. I think we ditched her. Oh, here we are in Los Angeles. Do you want to take a walk around and enjoy the town? Sure. They got out of the car and walked around. They had a wonderful evening. Mike and Winona are walking around Los Angeles in the evening, admiring some of the sights. Wow, Winona. Los Angeles in the evening. I love this city. I love how this city really lights up in the evening. Yeah, Los Angeles in the evening is such a is it's such um it's an experience. It is an experience that heightens your awareness. If you look at the Los Angeles area from an aerial perspective in the evening, You can see a place illuminated by the flow of cars on highways and houses in the valley lit up by some kind of presence. That presence that I'm feeling here in Los Angeles in the evening seems to be some kind of epiphenomenological. Wait, this is a kind of a difficult word. Epiphenomenal. Wait, I wrote a word that I can hardly even pronounce. It's a epiphenomenological. Epiphenomenological. Is that even a word? Epiphenomenological. It's an epiphenomenological emergence that was born out of psychic energy emitted by people through their thoughts and social interactions that has become the defining characteristic of a diverse people, both um, indigenous to the land here and new to it. The combination of native people here and people who are new to this place or just passing through, it is something that gives a person notions of transcendent possibilities. I agree with that. I wonder where Veronica Sawyer is. This place must really seem foreign to her. She is a character in the movie Heathers too, and is suspended here in Los Angeles in reality. Let's let her roam around here in reality for a while. It's kind of fun trying to guess where she is. Also, I'm really enjoying her car. Yeah, I agree. Isn't it beautiful here in the evening? Yes, it is beautiful here in the evening. Even just to wander around here in the evening alone would be a sublimely pleasurable experience. A person can get to know him or herself on a transcendent level and find his or her place along the time space continuum within the soul of humankind. To be here with the to be here with you in the evening is the feeling of such profound pleasure that it gives meaning and significance to the aforementioned. I agree. Let's kiss. Sure. They kissed and went to bed together. They got up the next morning and had a wonderful afternoon.